Hey there, and welcome to Inside Butler Football. I'm your host, JoJo Gentry. The Butler football team is 3-0 in the PFL after defeating Campbell 35-14 during homecoming weekend. In a few moments, we'll be joined by Butler head football coach Jeff Forrest to talk about last week's game and to take a look at the games ahead. Stay with us on Inside Butler Football. Coach Forrest, thank you so much for being in the studio today.
I'm glad to be here.
So first of all, the offense came out and started fast, scoring on 4 of its first 5 possessions. What did you like to see when the offense came out and executed?
Well, I mean, that's what we've been trying to do. We've not been really good off the opening kick in the last couple weeks once we got into league play. The defense has started very fast and kept us in games, and offensively it took us a while to find a rhythm. Saturday we came out and we're really hitting on all cylinders, and it was great because you got that lead and got the crowd into it, and the defense some wiggle room. So it was a great start.
And the Butler defense held Campbell completely scoreless in the first half, and only gave up 1 touchdown off of a Butler turnover. So what did the defense do to keep them out of the end zone?
Well, I mean, it started with a great plan and a great week of preparation. They're really good offensively in what they do. They lead in the league in rushing yards and a lot of different offensive categories. So the staff put together a great plan. The players did a great job in preparing that plan and being ready to go, and we were physically, mentally, and emotionally ready to play. And they trusted the guy next to them, played their gap, and ran to the football and do all the things that you preach on defense. And we've continued to do that now for the conference run. We've had great starts on defense.
And adding to you talking about Butler running the ball really well, the Butler offense continued to run the ball with 227 yards on 42 attempts, and 134 of those yards coming from senior running back Trey Heater. So what has the offense done to stay consistent with running the ball? Well,
I mean, part of running the football is a mentality. I mean, you got to have the guys up front on the same page, and that's first and foremost. You got to play the game as it comes. The plan kind of adjusts based on what they're going to give you and how they're going to play you. But the last couple weeks, we've had to run the ball to control the clock, and we've been able to do that. And this week it was Trey again, but Rico Watson stepped up, and Matt had a great game. Matt made some great reads in the run game, and so there was a lot of people involved.
And Campbell entered the game ranked 2nd in NCAA Division I FCS for rushing offense for almost 306 yards per game. But Campbell managed just 184 yards against the Bulldogs. So how was the offense able to hold this explosive running attack to their season low?
Well, I think it goes back to what we said earlier. I think we prepared well. There was a good plan. Guys were going to just do their job. They weren't going to try to do too much. They do so much as far as different formations and personnel groupings, and we did a good job, taking away what they do best and forcing them to kind of adjust their plan a little bit, and we're able to, get guys to the football, and it was a great plan. It was well executed, and our guys played great defensively.
Okay, so Coach, let's take a look at some highlights.
Great.
Our first highlight is a touchdown by sophomore tight end Zach Wolf on the first drive of the game. What did you like to see when the team starts fast and is able to score touchdowns early in the game?
Well, I mean, that was what we'd preached all week, is we had to do a better job offensively coming out of the tunnel and getting a fast start and taking advantage of the atmosphere, the homecoming day, and all the energy that was in the stadium. And I think we did a good job. That was a 3-play drive, and Matt was on target. Guys were in the right place at the right time, and the guys up front were doing their job, and did a nice job across the board here.
The second highlight is a sack by Jeremy Stevens and Christian Ebel. This was a crucial 4th down stop for the Dogs to keep Campbell out of the end zone. So, Coach, how were Jeremy and Christian able to get this sack?
Well, I mean, it's guys in the right spot. The 2 inside guys, Ranson and McAnally kind of eat up the middle of the protection with the twist, and the 2 on the edge are high motor guys that are going to go to the football, and Christian actually gets there first, makes him step up, and Jeremy's there because he's always playing hard, and that was crucial. I mean, this is early in the game. I mean, we're up 14-0 and they're driving, like you said. So that was a key fourth down stop to get us the ball back.
And the next highlight is an interception by junior linebacker Zach Sedeby. He actually tips the ball to himself and is able to secure the ball, leading to a Butler touchdown. Talk about Sedeby's athleticism on this interception.
Well, I mean, it's pretty evident here as you watch it. I mean, he's in the box and makes an interception in the flat. You read your keys, you get your eyes in the right place. It's amazing how you're in the right place at the right time to make a play. And we felt that if we could contain the running game, it's hard to stop their running game, contain the running game and force them to throw the ball, that we're going to be able to make some plays in pass defense. And Zach does a great job there. And like you said, it set up a score on the other end. So that's good complementary football there.
And last but not least, here's a touchdown pass by quarterback Wade Markley to redshirt senior Tom Judge in Judge's first game back from injury. This touchdown secured the win for the Dogs. How will you expect Judge to perform coming back in the lineup for the Butler offense?
Well, you never know how guys are going to come back after injury. We've been through it all year. We've had guys in and out, and the next man up's done a great job. It's great to have Tom back because not only a good player, but there's a competitive side to him that's unmatched. He's got a passion and a love for the game. He just brings the intangible factors along with his athletic ability out there. So it's good to have him back, and this was a key drive because we've been a little stagnant on offense there in the second half, and they were creeping back into it. So this was a good capping score.
Well, Coach, thank you for your input.
No worries, enjoyed it.
Hello, and welcome back to the Get to Know Your Bulldogs portion of the show. This week, we bring in one of the upperclassmen to talk about their time within the Butler football program. We have senior linebacker Paul Yanow. So, Paul, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
So, you're from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your background growing up.
Well, I have two older sisters, twin sisters. And then I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, like you said. I went to Sycamore High School, lived in Sycamore my whole life. Football-wise, I've played since I was 6, so football and sports and everything have been a big part of my life. High school football, we were pretty good up until my senior year. Then we kind of had a down year, but I was pretty blessed growing up. My parents both do really well, so didn't really have any hardships or anything.
So what were your academic and athletic experiences like at Sycamore High School?
Academically, I was part of the National Honor Society. I was academic all-GMC or conference every year. And then athletically, I played football, basketball, and baseball like many guys do. After my freshman year, I broke my collarbone in football, so I stopped playing basketball just to focus on football and baseball. Football-wise, sophomore year, I played mainly special teams, and our team went to the playoffs. We were pretty good, one of the best in the city. Junior year, I started. We were best in the city, or one of the best in the city. Senior year, again, I started, but we lost a bunch of guys and just kind of had a down year. And then baseball, I was captain senior year, captain football too, and then, yeah.
So you said you started playing football at the age of 6.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get into starting playing football?
Well, football is also my dad's favorite sport. He played when he was younger. He played a year in college too before some injuries took over. But yeah, I would have started playing earlier if I was old enough. But 6 was the minimum age, so that's when I started.
And coming out of high school, what were your top college choices?
Well, Butler was always top. I heard from them pretty early in the recruiting process, so they were always up there, being a Division I school. It's also really good academically. I had some looks at some Division III schools, Division II schools, but like I said, once I heard from Butler and got that offer to play on the team, it's pretty much set that that's where I wanted to go.
So how did Butler stand out compared to all the other schools?
Well, like I said, academically, obviously, it's such a great school. And then it's 2 hours from home, so it's a pretty good distance. I can go home if I need to. Then being in the city of Indianapolis, obviously there's so much going on. Like we had the Super Bowl a couple years ago, which was awesome, and there's always something every year, it seems like.
So how were you, in a way, persuaded to be a member of the football team? Or what sold you?
Well, it's kind of like what a lot of guys say, when you step on campus, you kind of just know. I came to campus, had my tour, I walked around with my guy, obviously he's graduated now, Andrew Cottrell, and he's from Cincinnati like me. He actually went to a different school first and then came to Butler and just said how awesome it was, how the guys, it's truly a family here, and that pretty much sold me, that family aspect.
What has been your most memorable moment as being a part of the Butler football team?
I'd have to say probably the Jacksonville game last year, which I'm sure most guys would say. We came back against Jacksonville, who's always the top of the league. A last-second drive to win it, and then to clinch the Pioneer Football League title. So that was pretty awesome.
And what are some things that you'll take away from the program after you graduate?
I think playing a sport in college, you have to learn time management, because obviously you have practice, but then you still have to excel in the classroom. That's one of our main goals in our program. And then also the hard work that it takes, because as any student athlete would know, it's hard. I mean, I don't know anywhere else to put it. And then just teamwork, working with all the guys to be in the right spot, knowing that they're going to be in the right spot.
And as a senior getting ready to exit the program, what kinds of advice would you give to underclassmen or recruits looking at Butler?
Looking at Butler, I'd obviously tell them that they should choose Butler if they're looking here. And then I'd just say stick it out, because a lot of times, especially early in your career, especially if you're not playing that much, it gets really hard. But just stick it out. The coaches are there for you. They'll help you if you need it. All the guys, it's truly a family, that anyone's there to help you. So I just say stick it out. That's what I'd say.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for coming in today. It was great having you in the studio.
Thank you very much.
Next up, the Drake preview. So this game has played a major role in deciding a PFL championship over the years. Last year, the Dogs lost to Drake in Des Moines, Iowa, which prevented an outright PFL championship for Butler. Having that in the back of your mind, how do you expect the team to come out and prepare this week?
Well, I think anytime you get to play a team like Drake, you know you better be ready and you better prepare well. And our guys get excited to play them. A lot of them, there's guys on their team that they've faced in high school, and we recruit some of the same student athletes. So there's a familiarity with each other, and like you said, we've played each other for a long time in this league. So our guys will be ready to play, but preparation is going to be key, because they're the same Drake team they've always been. They never seem to be hurt by graduation. The next guy steps in, and they just keep rolling along.
And Drake is ranked third in the conference for total defense and top 5 for rushing defense in the PFL. So what kinds of challenges does this defense present to the Butler offense?
It's a huge challenge, and it hasn't changed since I've been here. I mean, they're going to be well coached. They're going to understand what you want to do offensively, and they're going to have a plan to take away your best stuff. Their players are going to play with great technique. They're going to play with great effort. They're going to be in the right spot. They're all the things that we preach with our defense, that our defense has been doing. You're going to get the same things from them. They're big and strong and athletic. It's a huge challenge, but one like I said, our guys get excited for, and we're looking forward to a great week of preparation.
And Drake's offense has been struggling this year. They're ranking in the bottom third of the conference for total offense, rushing offense, and scoring offense. But they've always played well against the Dogs. So what does the defense need to do in order to keep the Drake offense out of the end zone?
Well, that's a hard task. I mean, if they're struggling, I'd like to be able to struggle, because you watch them on tape, they're really good. I mean, they're the same team you've seen. Now, they have some new faces, like everyone does every year, but their offensive line is big and strong and physical and going to control the line of scrimmage unless you're ready to play. They do a great job schematically. Their coaches will put their guys in the right spot. They have good skilled playmakers that can affect the game in a hurry, and they get in and out of plays as well as anyone and use tempos. So it is a challenge, and they always do a great job. There's no question it's going to be a battle.
Well, Coach Force, thank you so much for joining us in the studio today.
Nice being here.
And thank you for watching Inside Butler Football. I'm JoJo Gentry. Have a great week, Bulldog fans.